hell, looks like there's anything else around here. Okay, my name is Ian Marshall. Today is March 2nd, 2024. I am the co-host of Hurricane Seekers podcast. My friend Peter and I investigate rumors and sightings around Hurricane and the surrounding areas as well. Retro aesthetic. However, since last year, when that circus rental place suddenly shut down, and shortly after that an entire attraction got set ablaze, there's been a massive increase in sightings. Rumors of eyes glowing in alleyways, laughter coming from the darkness of the forest, and wires that weren't there before. There's also there's been a huge spike in missing persons, over 200% higher than the average, and now Peter is missing. The last I heard, he was investigating the ruins of the Fazbear's Fright attraction. He never came back. So I decided to go there myself, and I found a tape. Written on it is PTR, so it's definitely Peter's. So I'm home now, and I'm gonna play the tape, and maybe it'll tell me where Peter is. Why is Peter recording this? Okay. What in the hell? What is that? What was that thing? What was that? What's going on? I gotta get out. Where's that coming from? Something's coming from everywhere. I'm going to... Peter? Is that you?
Have you ever wondered, could you survive a Springlocked failure? Yes? Well, lucky for you, William Afton's here to settle this debate once and for all. But before we enter that, let's all send out to get racing happy birthday, as it's FNaF 3's 10th anniversary. Yup, if you can't believe it, FNaF 3 is now 10 years old, which is kinda crazy, as I can still remember those teasers coming out like they were yesterday. It feels so recent, but it's been 10 whole years. It's just really unbelievable. FNaF 3 also carries a very special place in my heart, as the game is arguably the one that really got me hooked to the lore back in the day, and introduced one of my favorite characters that only got surpassed by Grandma Freddy in Security Breach. I will love and defend this game to the end of my life, and I will die on that hill. Not only that, but FNaF 3 came out on my birthday, March 2nd. Wait, actually, speaking of that, it's my birthday! Happy birthday to me, I'm 21 now, I'm getting old, but anyway, by the title of the video, you can likely guess it's about FNaF 3 and our favorite character, Springtrap. And it's actually about a pretty simple question. Is William Afton alive or possessed in a suit? Make sure to watch to the end to find out. But before we answer that question though, remember, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, or hit the bell. It really helps me out and I really do appreciate it. But now let's get right into a Springlocked failure and answer this dying question. Okay, so there's basically two main sides to this debate. One side says he never truly died, his iron will keeping him alive, and the other side believing that his soul possessed the endoskeleton of Spring's body. Well, I believe there was sort of a mix of the two, you could say, and I'll elaborate on that later, but I do think a good place to start will be the Surprise novel, as in there we do pretty much get somewhat of a vague but also direct answer. But I'm kinda lazy and I don't like to read like most FNaF fans, so I'm gonna hand it right over to my friend Flipside to read the page.
Of course. That's one of his first suits. And if you trigger those spring locks, two things will happen. First, all the locks will snap right into you, making deep cuts all over your body. And a split second later, all the animatronic parts they've been holding back, all that sharp steel and that hard plastic, will instantly be driven into your body. You will die, but it will be slow. You will feel your organs punctured, the suit will grow wet with your blood, and you will know you're dying for long, long minutes. You'll try to scream, but you will be unable to. Your vocal cords will be severed, and your lungs will fill with your own blood until you drown in it. How do you think?
Massive thanks to Flipside for coming on and read all that with that great Afton impression, by the way. Make sure to check out this channel down below in the description. But anyway, as you can see, it does immediately reveal afterwards the state of Afton's body, engraved with Springlocked markings and scars. This seems to tell us that William did survive a Springlocked failure. Or did he? He does say verbatim, "You will die," and the book points out that he's reminiscing, as if he knows from experience that you will die from a Springlocked failure. But wouldn't that mean now that Afton is dead? Well, yes, but also no. What would seem to be the case here in the novel trilogy is that Afton in a way is repossessing his own body, forcing it to function and live. In a sense, he's being alive but also not. How he exactly did that is not really explained, but the bigger question is, does this even apply to the games, or is it different? Well, let's take a good look at what we got in the game material, starting with FNaF 3. In FNaF 3, Ralph explicitly tells us that a Springlocked failure will result in death, and we see Aftons suffer that fate, being locked away also without food or water for years, which would be pretty much impossible to survive on your own. Springtrap himself also acts like all possessed animatronics before him, and Afton is even bound by the programming of Spring Body, following the calls of children. Even the Ultimate Guide also says that Afton possessed the suit. However, we can also clearly see there is more going on with Springtrap in FNaF 3 alone. For example, William's real eyes glow, hinting that his real corpse is alive somehow, and considering as well that his corpse makes moaning sounds, that would imply that part of his body is still working in a way. Listen to the audio. So it would seem that Afton's corpse is still functioning to some extent by the events of FNaF 3, though even beyond the third game in FNaF 6, we are able to hear Afton's heartbeat. We can find the final nail in the coffin in the story The Man Room 1280, as he is directly said to be alive against all odds and also having an iron will to live. However, though, it is revealed in the story that Andrew is actually the one keeping him alive to punish him before exploding from a Fazbear warehouse. Yeah, that happened, don't ask why, it just did, read it for yourself, yeah. So with all that in mind, it does seem that Afton did die, but also not. Yeah, it's kinda confusing. But let's now take a look at two stories in the books that may provide clarity on what's going on here, starting with the fight story, The Breaking Wheel, where a boy named Julius is violently mangled and ripped apart in an endoskeleton, his body fusing with it. His immense agony and will for revenge against Reed, who caused it to happen, keeping him alive, allowing him to get revenge. We can find a very similar situation in the story Pressure, where Luca in a FNaF 3 roleplay game puts on a real Springlocked suit and suffers a Springlocked failure in having his insides and organs ripped apart and punctured, which obviously kills him. However, his will and immense agony keeps him alive long enough to stop Earl, which the question for Earl is, well, I'll let this clip tell you everything.
Well, with all that, it sounds like you've got a pretty big night planned, huh?
Yeah, Earl's one of those people. It is a very good thing that he died. Do not feel bad at all. However, though, these two examples do likely tell us a parallel to Afton, who have had a very much stronger will to live, an iron will to live, you could say. But these books also do tell us that Afton likely fused with the endoskeleton, just like Julius and Luca did. In simple terms, they're possessing their own body and the suit they're in, the suit that their body is fused to. This would also seem to match with the novel trilogy, as the only way I've been able to personally understand Afton's dialogue is that he repossessed his own body, forcing him to live and function through sheer will and agony. And while yeah, it is possible that Afton is simply just alive and not possessing the endoskeleton at all, FNaF 3 does heavily imply that he does, and is directly stated as fact in the Ultimate Guide. So I am inclined to believe it is something like this, or sort of a mix of the two, though it is fair that I could be wrong on this and he's just alive. Now, regardless of that, let me give you an overall summary of this theory. When Afton was Springlocked, He suffered immense agony and pain as his body fused with the endoskeleton of Spring Bonnie. This agony, alongside his sheer will to live, allows him to stay alive, repossessing his own body in the endoskeleton is fused with, hence why his body parts function, and why he seems also back to the programming of Spring Bonnie. Yes, Afton is alive, but not at the same time. As to why? Well, he's just built different. It's William Afton. It's the Purple Man, the man behind the slaughter. Hey everyone, I just want to make a short video to celebrate FNAF 3's 10th birthday, and who else to make a video about besides, well, Springtrap, the face of FNAF 3. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content from me. I also want to give a huge special thanks to Ed Cho for animating the intro. He makes amazing animations, so make sure to check out his channel down below in the description. Also, huge thanks to Flipside for voicing Ian and Afton. Be sure to check out his channel as well down below. Before I end the video, I also want to say that I really appreciate everyone who's helped me recently. Your support means a lot, and I will also be doing a poll soon to decide what I'll work on next, so keep watch for that. Thanks again, and see ya.